Now in this session, we are going to discuss about the NSQF and syllabus analysis in the part of job role and learning outcomes and assessment criteria. The job role defines a set of functions form a unique employment opportunities in an organization. That is, a job role means we can go for in output of the job market. Then only the job roles are vary from the trade to trade in a vocational education. So there is an electrician, electronic mechanic. That is both are electrical, but they will make it to some job role is different from others. Then fitter, turner, machinist, and tool and die. Something is differ from the all are in the machine groups, machine trade groups, but something in the job role is vary from others one and one. Foundryman, carpenter, welder, that is a one of group. That is a foundryman is a casting maker, carpenter is a woodworker, welder is a fabricator. So entirely the job role is differ from others. Same thing for draftsman civil and draftsman mechanical. Draftsman both are the common term by the branches of civil and mechanical. So job role is vary from one trade to another trades. The job role in electrician general, what is the job of the job they can did in the industry or they may be learn from the institute. Operators should be make it to install, maintain and repair of electrical machineries and equipments in the fittings in the factories or workshop or powerhouse or domestic and commercial centers and etc. In this way, install or maintain or repair and electrical machineries and equipments and fittings, how we can make it to go through on that one? That is the read and understand the electrical circuits, some specify the job and execute the complete the task. Next, the install some of electrical motors or transformer or switch gears or switchboards, fittings and lighting fixtures or everything make it to connect the terminals. Test the electrical installation and equipments and follows by inspect the fault occurring to solve the defective wiring like burn out the fuses to be replaced and defective parts may be replaced. And next role of that winding up the armatures, cable joints, operate and maintain and attend the faults in electrical motors and pumps etc. Read and understand the wiring circuit. Initially the electrical persons, they may be go through to read the drawing. As per the drawing, according to the drawing, they may be prepare the circuits, they may be read and understand, specify the job and execute to complete the task. Then collect the prefabricated of electrical and mechanical components according to the drawing and wiring circuits as follows to make electrical connections to the joints. So in this role, they will collect the prefabricated electrical switch box or something in the cabin, DB. Then they may be according to the drawing. How is that one? We make it to connect the switches and gears and make it to connect the cabling. Next, ensure the proper functioning and accuracy to verify the drawing and wiring circuits in the suitable tool and equipments and instruments. While we want to connect, what are the instruments they are used to verify that one, or what are the tools are we want used to connect these things. Next, fit in a mechanical component or residence of insulator and etc. Now the job role in electrical fitter, it's nothing but that is the electrician general. What they will do in the individually they will make it to cabling, make it to connect and make it to terminal, make it to connected, but electrical fitter make it to install the total units wise. That is on power plant sector, make it to complete setup should be installed. That is in the job role of that electrical fitter. We may go for in learning outcomes. What is the learning outcomes? It represented by the what a learner knows and understand and able to do completion of a learning process. At entirely course structure should be followed to the sum of what we want to learn, what we want to understand, what we will be able to do something in the entire learning process, which would be expressed in the term of knowledge and skills and attitude with a competency. what is in our level of the course. That is a level 4 means level 4 competency only with supported to the skill, what based on the skill, what based on the knowledge, what make it into the attitude, we can make it to understand the core skill and responsibilities and everything. That is that generic learning outcomes, that is usually specify the more general area of learning, usually specific more general area of learning. Specific learning means that is a learning outcome in a specified to the trade and must be achieved by the trainee within the time available. That is a specific outcome only for stage by stage we maybe learn and do the exercise in the entire course structures. That will be on that apply the safe working practice, completely environmental regulation and the housekeeping, interpret the uses of company and technical communications, they demonstrate and estimation concept and principle to perform the practical operations, then understand and explain the basic science and their field of study, read and understand the engineering drawing for the different applications in the field of works, apply of safe working practice. In each and every employer, the trainees should be know what is our job role, how is that environmental is there, how we make it to the safe environmental, like this we may be learning should be accessible. Then completely environmental regulation and housekeeping also you can make it to follow on entire things. Then interpret the uses of company and technical communication, that may be on follow technical communications, what I will command, what you may be receive, I will say do something, that work you make it to completed on correct path or not, like this we can make it to interact with our trainees. It may be continue on that understand and apply the concept in productivity, quality of tools and labor welfare legalization in the day-to-day work to improve productivity and quality. Then explain the conservation, global warming and pollution and contribute in the day work by optimally using available resources. Available resources itself we can make it to do something. Explain personal finance and entrepreneurship and manage and organize the related task into day-to-day work. Utilize the basic computer applications and the internet to take benefit of IT developments in the industry. Now we are going to discuss on specific learning outcomes in electrician. Specific, that is generic is different. Generic means overall. Specific means the point out to learn something, what we want to learn. That is in that prepare the profile with refer to the drawing and circuit. Prepare the electrical wire joints by a various method and soldering joints and crimping and measure the insulation resistance of underground lay. Then verify the characteristics of electrical and magnetic circuits. Verify. We want to install the circuits, we maybe go and make it to verify. Next, install and test and maintenance of batteries and solar cells. We need to install the solar cell and batteries. Install means after that we maybe go for in a test and maintenance also. The estimate the assemble and install and test wiring systems. Plan and prepare the earthing and installation. Select and perform the measurement by using of analog and digital instruments also. Performing the testing and verify the errors and calibrate the instruments. Plan and carry out the installations and fault detections and repairing the domestic appliance. Execute the testing and evaluate the performance and maintenance of transformer. The plan and execute the commissioning and evaluate the performance of DC machines. DC machines we want to go for a plan to execute the commissioning and evaluate the performance. Then execute the testing and maintenance of DC machines and motor and starters. Motors and starters. Then plan, execute, commissioning and evaluate the performance of AC motors. Execute the testing and maintenance of AC machines and motors and starters. Plan and execute testing and evaluate performance and carry out the maintenance of alternator also. So execute parallel operations of alternators. Distance queues, organize and perform the motor winding also. Assemble and simple electronic circuits and test their functioning. Then assemble the accessories and carry out the wiring of control cabinets and equipments. Perform the speed control of AC and DC motors by using a solid state device. We are using a solid device to find the speed performance of AC and DC motors. Inspect the faults and troubleshoot the inverter or stabilizer or battery chargers or emergency light and UPS also. So that items are make it to inspect and the fault make it to attend the troubleshooting. Plan and assemble and install the solar panel also. Erect overhead domestic service line and outline various power plant layout. Inspect and evaluate the faults and carry out the repairing of circuit breakers. Now we are going to discuss the assessment criteria. Assessment criteria means what? In the term of assessment criteria, specify how the student performance in the respect of the traits learning outcomes are to be recognized. Second, it may be specific to the standard that must be meet and what evidence will be taken to show the achievement of learning outcomes. So first conditions, learning outcome make it to recognized, the learning outcome make it to achievement of learning outcomes. That is the main things. Now I hope that all are understand that one in this session. Thank you.